What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. It's a great Thursday. It's our Friday. We call it Baby Friday because we're not on the air on regular Friday. So this is Jimmy and I Friday. So we affectionately call it Baby Friday. And yes, it's a special day. If you can look in the background, yes, the national champion coaches will be in the building today. Yes, special day. I don't know what nobody else doing, but let me tell you something. No other show doing, but I don't recall having the national championship coaches on our show. I guess maybe Bill Self, if he was a nice national champ. I don't remember. I don't know if he was or not. But let me tell you something. We're going to have two national champs on the show today. What else we got? It's Baby Friday. Let me shout out to my people. Do me a favor right now, y'all. Let's share the show. If you're on YouTube, I want you to like the show and share it if you can. I don't know how to share it on YouTube, but make sure you share and like the show today. Text somebody and tell somebody that the national championship coaches, Jerome Tang and Alvin Brooks III, will be on very shortly. I'm just preparing you. Don't be selfish. Let your friends know today that these guys will be, and you can ask them anything. So get your questions ready. Tell a friend, tell another friend. Let's text, let's share. Y'all got the national champions. I don't know about y'all, but everybody just can't talk to the national champions every day. So we're going to have the national champions on the show. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying that. National champions on the show today. But let me first... let me acknowledge my starting five. They are the people who first started the feed up. Without the starting five, don't nobody else get going. So they the engine that cranks everything up. And today, our starting five, the first five people that sign on to the Facebook and YouTube feed are Rod Wells, Jeremy Davis, Alex Costero, Mindy Collins, Sonia Billingsley. That's my starting five. And my sixth man of the day is Landon Ardwan. Let's get it started, y'all. Let's get it started. Hold on. Let me see if anybody, let me speak to people. Hey, Dale. Hey, women. 3 of you have already replied to me. The ALC collection had called me and make sure they want y'all address immediately. It's 2 of y'all did not give. I'm not going to call. 2 of y'all did not send your information to chopshophtx@gmail.com. We need that information because if we don't, we're going to move on to the next people that were behind you. So send that information in so we can get your gift sent out. And if you know 2 women who went to Prairie View, I got somebody on the feed. Now, it's got to be somebody on the feed. I want to talk to them too. 2 women who went to Prairie View, okay? Didn't want to go to Prairie View. We got a gift for them too. Let me see who else I got on there. Daryl, what's up, Daryl? What's up? Who else I got? Corey, what's up, baby? That is Moody, Jeremy Cunningham, Joseph Baldridge, Matt Verdon, and Matt just to set up shop, man. Matt just set up in Atlanta. Yo, Atlanta is represented in this building. I got a unique phone call this morning talking about the Boom Boom Room and this show. Man, let me tell you something. I'm so proud of what all of us is doing together. I'm getting very, very good phone calls from people watching this show that we would never think watching this show. I'm just telling y'all, so that's why I tell y'all to act right on the show. Let's act right. People watching us. And be you, but we got not the profanity and all of that stuff. It can't be played for kids. Okay, so let's and me, I got this. Hey, me too. But I'm trying to curb myself. So let's make this show. Hey, this is a great platform that that we can get our voices heard. Okay, let's make it better. Let's make it better. So share the show. YouTube. If you got a friend that you know that has not subscribed to our YouTube page, let's do that today. That's a good thing. Baby Friday. Let's do that today. I'm just getting housekeeping out the way. Who else we got on here? Hey Derek. Hey Shaquetta. Who else? Jessica Brooks is in the building. Ron Curtis is in the building. Tiffany Sanders and Aaron Fox is in the building. What's up, Big Fox? Who else we got, y'all? It's gonna be awesome today, y'all. Y'all, did I mention that we got the national champions coaches gonna be in the building today? Did I mention that? Okay, just in case I did. Hold on, let me keep going. Terry Smith, Kevin Freedman. What's going on every day? Kevin Freedman, boy, you getting. Y'all, we having boom, boom, boom. We having boom, boom room beefs around here. But I'm not gonna give it no energy. But it's a lot of stuff. What's up? Herbert Floyd is in the building. Herbert Floyd, I see that you's on Facebook. Do me a favor, go over to YouTube too. Stay on Facebook. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube page. Okay, so you can have both of them in case Facebook acting crazy. We on YouTube too. All right, let me go. Whew, I got the housekeeping out the way. Let's share the show now. Where my shares at? Okay. All right. I don't see no shares. Ain't no shares popped up on my thing. All right, let's be obedient now. All right, let's go. Let me see where I want to start at first. Did I mention that we're gonna have? Hey Tori, did I mention that we're gonna have the national champions on the show today? Did I mention that? Okay. All right. I just want to know. I just want to know. Let me tell y'all something. Where I want to go. Oh, hold on. On this day. On this day. Hey, Gina. On this day, 46 years ago, Frank Robinson made his debut as the first black manager in the Major League Baseball. Watch this, y'all. I didn't know this. Check this out. As a player manager, Robinson penciled himself into the starting lineup. Then he hit a home run at his first at bat. His Cleveland Indians defeated the New York Yankees 5-3. Did y'all know that? Because I didn't. All you baseball guys, I hope Jimmy heard that. Well, he probably gonna say he already knew it. But unbelievable. See, that is Moody. Karen, ain't that unbelievable? Karen, imagine you the manager. You're the first black woman manager of the league. And you came in and penciled yourself in, said, okay, I'm starting today. And your first at bat, you knock it out the park. Y'all, I never knew this. Thank you, that is Moody. I'm glad some person, I never knew this. We learn something new every day. What else I got? Hey, y'all, one of our own, Lionel Cryer. Yes, that Lionel Cryer, LJ's dad. He has been named the defensive coordinator and linebacker coach at Royal High School in Brookshire, Texas. So guess what? Hold on, y'all. That's my dude. I had to, guess what? Somebody is calling me now and they don't understand that we own the show, but that's okay. That's okay. But it's funny, man. I'm not gonna bust him. I'm not gonna tell him. But let me finish. I'm just gonna not answer. Hey, y'all more important. So, but I just wanted to share that with y'all. And I got a next week, Sonia. Next week, all you educators, I need to talk to y'all. I found out some things. I'm just trying to do a little bit more research. Hey, Brandy, all the educators. Next week, I'm gonna carve out time in the beginning of the show. It's just something I want to share with y'all. Shout out to all the educators in the building. Y'all know how I feel about you. Ever since I've been coming on this show, I let me tell you something. My hat's off to y'all, and I've said it on this show. I think if you out there teaching our kids, I don't care how much LeBron making. You I said it, and I'll say it again. They should bring y'all in making $100,000 a year, and that's just me. I don't care what nobody else say. The value, how you help me, how you help my son, how you help my family. I value the educators, the teachers, and all of y'all, the coaches. I really, really value y'all. If don't nobody else value y'all, I got a topic I want to just talk to y'all about. But last night, before Jimmy come on, Coach would be on at had a PV is on the feed. My cousin Nicole Mayfield. Mayfield. Okay, do me a favor. Oh, I didn't know she was educated. Nicole Mayfield, I got a gift for you. Nicole Mayfield, do me a favor. Send go to chopshophtx@gmail.com and send me all your information. And I got a beautiful Prairie View cardigan by the Anthony Lawrence collection. Go Google them. Unbelievable collection. You can see it. I got that for you. Okay. So, man, this what the shop does. African a black owned collection, and he wanted to gift the women of the Chop Shop this weekend. So if you went to Prairie View, and I got one more because he said two of them. I got one more for another Prairie View lady. I got one more for. So y'all find me one. Find me a Prairie View. Got to be a Prairie View alum now. Got to be a Prairie View alum, and we're gonna make this thing happen. But something happened last night, Nicole. Yesterday. And we talked about it briefly, and I want to just share it. But it just troubled my spirit. It was going around in my spirit. Hubert Davis, he had a press conference yesterday. He was the first African American ever, the coach at North Carolina. Matter of fact, the first black coach in any capacity at North Carolina, and he gave a speech. I mean, no, he answered a question, and it still just bothered me. Not that you're not proud and love your wife. Let's get this straight, man. Love whoever. Love don't have no color. Love don't have no. If I love my wife, I love my wife. I love my woman. I love my woman. I'm not gonna put a label on her. What's her name? He didn't even say that. If in case you were under a rock and didn't see it, I just want to share this with you again. I just want to share this with you. And one more time, I'm gonna find it because I just want to not to bash Hubert Davis. I'm proud of him, but I just want y'all to listen to it. I listened to it again, and I just wanted. I want to get some clarity. I want to get some closure. Okay, maybe I want to get some closure today. Check this out right quick.
It is significant, Steve. It's significant that I'm African American and I'm the head coach here. It's significant. I know that in terms of Division I head coaches all around the country, only 26% of the head coaches for Division I men's basketball are compromised by minorities, specifically African Americans. I know that it is significant that I'm the fourth African American head coach in any sport in the history of the University of North Carolina. I'm very proud to be African American, but I'm also very proud that my wife is white. And I'm very proud that my three beautiful, unbelievable kids are a combination of both of us.
Welcome back. So let me, Jimmy is in. Let me try to get him in here. Let me put him in let me get you in there, Jimbo. There you go. Y'all, it just didn't sit. I listened to it again because I wanted to give him, because I know Jimmy's talking about, well, the boosters and who he playing to. Yeah, well, that's the way Jimmy thinks. Let me tell you the way Robert had to think. What's his name? Nipsey Hussle. I don't even listen to rap, but I heard somebody say, I think Charlamagne. He said Nipsey Hussle said the highest human act is to inspire. Okay? And I just didn't see how him inspiring on that. He, for the first about 40 some seconds, he was, all I'm thinking about if I was his wife, man, you didn't say my name. We don't even know his wife's name. All we know, I'm proud of my wife is white. So if she was black, you wouldn't be proud of her? I just didn't understand that statement. This was an opportunity to inspire, to let the world know that it's a privilege to be black. You know, should have took that time, and he did some of that. He should have took his time to scold the institutions for taking so long for he to be the first black. I mean, it was a chance to inspire young boys and girls around the world. When you're talking that now, North Carolina is a worldwide brand. Michael Jordan went to that school. What does her skin color have to do with it? That's what kept rolling in my mind last night. What does her skin color has to do with it? I know you're proud of your wife. But does she have a name? Does she have a name? So when she comes to the arena, as Charlamagne said, when she come to the arena, the Dean Smith Dome next year, all people gonna say, hey, white wife, what's up, white wife? You know how evil people are. But I just didn't understand. I'm sure she would have loved for him to call her name. What's my name? Say my name, say my name. Hey, who sang that song? Beyonce, say my name, say my name. Say the woman's name, man. And I didn't mad at him for what he, listen to me. Let's listen. Don't come at me. That's what he wants, Rob. I don't want no, If that man can be in love with whoever the heck he want to, because I'm going to do it too. Okay? So I ain't saying nothing about who he love. He love his wife. I know he do. But that wasn't the question, Jimmy. And people, it's not, it's just, I'm telling y'all, it seemed like he said, my wife is white. I'm not like the rest of these guys out here. It seemed like, don't use that woman as a trophy. Don't use that woman as a status symbol. This was very strange to come in to make it sound like some Sage Steele would say. Go look up Sage Steele, and then you'll get it a little bit later. Hubert Davis, y'all listen to me, was asked what it meant for him to be the first black head coach of North Carolina. That was the question. Ain't nobody asked about what color his wife was. After the first 50 seconds, y'all, he gave a great answer. And then, listen, I ain't mad at it. But out of the blue, it just didn't sit well in my spirit. Out of the blue, he said that he was proud of having a white wife and mixed children. I understand that. Not sure what that had to do with the question, but social media lit him up. And I don't mean to light him up. Yeah, thank you. Daryl Barnes knew. Daryl Barnes got it. Daryl Barnes, you sharp. But I just wanted to share that, Jimmy. I know we got some great guests. Jimmy, I don't know, Jimmy, we've been on the show for about 5 years, Jimmy. Jimmy, have we had the reigning national champion on the show before? I mean, have we ever had the reigning national champion on the show before? The coach, the reigning national champion coaches on. I'm talking about the reigning. Have we? Fresh my memory. Help me. Huh?
I'm quite sure we've had
the reigning.
Yeah, we had Gino R.E.M. on.
No, not talking about that. I'm talking about the men's champion. Gino didn't win that year. He was on the show.
Gino, we had
no, Jimmy. I said reigning. That means right now. Just
No, the year that Gino was on, he had won the year before.
no, he didn't. Go
Yeah.
back. Gino ain't
Yeah,
won
he had
in a
won the year
while.
before.
My girl whooped him that year.
No. Gino,
Well,
that's why he was talking
excuse me, hold
smack.
on. We have the men's national basketball. The March Madness. The March Madness. Give me the March Madness.
Yeah, we had the assistant coach when North Carolina won with Justin Jackson. We had Coach Robinson now.
Raining. He wasn't raining.
They had just won it. We had North Carolina.
We got to see them dates. We didn't talk. I got to see them dates. I got to see them dates. Well, today is a little bit different for me. The latest, I know these two guys right here real good. So it's just different for me today. It's just a little different. Keep on talking, because I know you're going to pass something crazy.
And so, of course, we got today is as expected, as promised with you guys. We have a conversation with not one but two Baylor assistant coaches of the national champions. Did both check in? That we have two, Adam?
Both of them checked in, man. Okay. They done checked in. They president accounted for.
Be joining us, and some great convo. Here's the thing: you guys have about 5-10 minutes, or ever so, a few minutes, whatever, to start getting your questions in order. And on this Baby Friday, we're going to seriously get your questions in order, and you spit them out. But make your questions some good stuff. Let's get some good questions. This is I'm saying not redundant stuff. Not basic stuff. Let's take this thing. Listen, remember back when you was in school, you had basic fundamental classes, then you had what they call extra work. Works.
Hey, Jimmy, they call it AP now, Jimmy. It's AP.
No, I'm just saying, I'm talking about back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Okay.
That new stuff. The good old day. It was called extra works classes.
Okay.
At first. Then they changed extra works, went to something else. They call it advanced or something like that. But those are the type of questions we want today. Both of these young men graduated from high schools in Houston.
Yes.
Both have long been within the fabric of the community, and they're connected. They're doing things off the court. So, not to mention, you saw their work last week on the court. If you paid attention, you would have saw, and that's another thing. If you get into, a lot of people watch the games, but they're really not paying attention to the games. Paying attention meaning that you're watching what coaches are doing while the game is going on, what some coaches are doing during the timeouts, what some coaches are doing when it's time for, when a kid comes out of the game after playing. Watch and see the roles of certain guys. And then many of you guys may not know, we'll let the coaches answer that. What does it mean? Does the coaches have a certain sitting order next to the head coach? Those are questions. No, those are good, intriguing questions that I understand. A lot of people in the Boom Boom Room may have saw it, may have watched it over and over, but have never paid attention to the assistant coaches in their roles. A lot of stuff goes into a winning championship culture, a lot. And so meanwhile, we'll get into that. But of course, Al, I don't know, miss what you talk about at the top, but I want to take the time out right quick, give a quick shout to the Astros in case people ain't noticing. They're 5-1 right now because Hal don't want to notice. If they were 1-5, he would have asked me. He would have asked me by now. Hey, how about them Astros? They were 5-1, and the only game they lost was by 1 run, 7-6. The Astros probably have more runs scored than any other team in the baseball right now. We also want to give, speaking of Major League Baseball, they have announced that Denver, Colorado, Coors Field will be the site of the All-Star game. Remember, they uprooted it and moved it from Atlanta last week. That was announced, but now Coors Field will host it. And one thing about Coors Field, if you're for any of you baseball fans, if you're halfway a baseball fan, that is a very attractive ballpark for any hitter, especially a right-handed hitter. I mean, it's the shortest fence in the league, but of course they have a wall. Well, Boston maybe the shortest because they have the Green Monsters like 30, 40 feet in the air. But it's a hitter's park, and so that means
what's the hitter's park? The Astros Stadium.
No.
What's
The hitter's park is the Coors Field.
Oh,
Coors
yeah.
Field.
And Jimmy, by the way, they 500 feet above sea level too, so the ball travels a little bit further, a little bit. Yes.
So it's going to be intriguing on that. Now, Dusty Baker, they asked him, and understand, remember, the questions are going to come to every black in the Major League Baseball at one that has a significant position. Well, it's the answer that goes in. They asked Dusty Baker his thoughts on it. Just, some people would say, but they're baiting him in. Yeah, they're supposed to ask that. They have the right to ask it. They're the mainstream media. Dusty Baker applauded it. He applauded it. He was like, he was down, straight up down with it. And Dusty Baker, one thing I liked about him, Dusty Baker's one of those brothers, I said it before, when he came into the Houston Astros with a toothpick in his mouth at the press conference, he won me from right then. I told you that. And he's been the same guy ever since. Dusty Baker, man, shout out to him. Of course, hopefully get everything done and get Carlos Carrera sealed, locked on in before this season gets too far down the road. Once again, Astros in first place right now at a 5-1 season. They resume action tonight at home against the Oakland A's, whom they opened the season sweeping them 4 straight to start the season 2 weeks ago. That's your dose of baseball news.
I'm glad you got it out the way. Because our guest just signed in. He's ready to roll. He's in his car. He's got things. He got a couple of errands he got to run, but he's taking out his time to talk to us right now. AB3 Jimmy, so you can introduce him. Let's get him in here. Let's make it happen. Jimmy, I don't know if you looked at your background. Look who's in the background of you, cutting down the nets. And that was just at the Final Four. Guess what? I got something else from them. From the final, that was at the Final Four. I got some going to the Final Four. I got some championship stuff too. But keep going, Jimmy. Go and introduce him, Jimmy.
Yeah, and of course we get right into it because we're on time constraints today, and we have with us Alvin Brooks III, the assistant men's basketball coach at Baylor, the national champions of the 2021 final NCAA tournament. And he's back, of course, in Waco, joining us right now. He's been a traveling man over the past since arriving home, coming home, and I learned on social media that some of the neighbors had them snitched on him and told him they hadn't cut his grass in 3 weeks, 20-something days, and the clap back. Remember, it's not what they say; it's how you respond. And Alvin Brooks III clapped back on social media, and he told him, hey, look, with all due respect, I'm paraphrasing, guys. I've been gone for 24, 27 days. I'm sorry, I probably didn't get to cut the grass, but I was cutting nets. I was cutting nets. How much does do that? We got him joining us right now. Hey, B3. And that comment basically went baby viral. That's what's up. Hey man, is the yard cut over there yet?
He going through because he's on the phone. Coach, have you cut the yard yet?
I'm gonna cut it. We're gonna get it cut. Actually, it's supposed to get cut today.
He got to cut it. His price is way too high.
Yeah.
He got to. Coach. Hey, Coach, let me just brace Coach. Coach, because you're in the car and you're gonna be moving around, your signal gonna be going.
I'm good now. I just parked.
Oh, okay. All right. Jimmy, what you got?
We get right to one of the first questions. First question says, people say that if you prepare for a big moment, you don't ever have to worry or stress. Was there ever a moment heading into this particular game you guys were not 100% confident you would win with your better system, game plan, and overall athletes?
So basically, did we think we were going to lose?
I guess you think that you were not 100% confident.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know of any coach that go into any game saying that we're going to lose. So I mean, somebody
go.
he said
He's freezing up on us right now. What
Yeah.
we'll do is we'll let him go out and come back in, and we can take a quick 30-second break real quick, and we come right back with Alvin Brooks III. And he flipped in and out, probably a bad sale. That's all. You got to come out and come back in. And meanwhile, this gives you guys an opportunity to share the show to your friends. We got Alvin Brooks III joining us right now, the first of 2 conversations, possibly 3 conversations today. You guys hold tight. It's rocking on this Baby Friday on the Chop Shop.
Jimmy, we don't have to hold tight. He already back already. Just while you were talking, he's back already. Let me, I don't see him on the screen yet, but he's back. But let me just try to see, can I add him and see what'll happen. No, he's not in yet. Yeah, his signal ain't working that good. But Jimmy, we'll take a quick break. And we'll take a quick one. Well, let me see. He's coming back. He's trying to come back in again. I mean, this is good. This why. It's not going. Nah. Oh, there he is. There he is, Coach. There he is. We're gonna get him in. We're gonna get him in right now, Coach. There you go. Oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. So Jimmy, we'll take a quick break. Jimmy, Jimmy, we can just talk about another subject. We can take a quick break, and we'll come right back. Chop Shop. We'll be back in a minute.
Tammy Allen here, your relationship coach. Tell me, do you and your partner feel like you're struggling to communicate and have begun living like roommates? No need to worry. I can teach you new, healthy communication skills to improve your relationship. I provide coaching via teleconferencing from the convenience of any location, including your own home. Call me today to schedule your first appointment at 713-597-4499, or you can find more information at my website, www.allencounselinggroup.com. I look forward to working with you.
Check out these new uniforms.
Oh my goodness.
I have a special package here from Nike.
I got my box here.
Ooh. Oh, get a look.
Oh, this is sick.
Crazy. They go crazy.
These are amazing.
This is unbelievable.
Welcome back.
That's why I told you to do it from your other phone.
Jimmy,
that's why
welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. We got AB3, Alvin Brooks III, Baylor University assistant coach, national champion. I messed around and called him. I said, "What's up, coach?" I said, "Excuse me, what's up, champ?" And let's get the champ back in right now and put him back in his rightful place. He's there now. Jimmy, what was that question? That was whoever answered that question talking about, well, wait a minute, what did them people say? How some people said, the bad question is one that you don't ask. But you don't get to that level without being confident. You don't get to that level without being confident. But you can go and finish if you want to talk about it a little bit, AB.
Yeah, I think You know, we're very
I can't stand the cell phone. Jimmy, I got him out. We back in, Jimmy. Let's just move on, Jimmy. Until
we get it right. And the thing probably what you have to do is if you have your Wi-Fi, take your Wi-Fi off because it may be looping and trying to latch on to something while you are watching. Coach Brooks, that may be. I'm just troubleshooting.
He done went off again.
I'm just saying, just making sure. I know he's still probably watching or listening.
No, okay, I got you.
From his other device. So just make sure take your Wi-Fi off and take your Bluetooth off.
Yeah, he had that Bluetooth in his ear. Yes.
Take your Bluetooth off, and then we'll just troubleshoot. That may be the solution right there. And you go use your cell phone data in order to make the convo. But anyway, guys, you guys keep your questions coming. We're going to try to get to all of them for Coach Alvin Brooks, AB3. And, of course, coming up shortly will be Jerome Tang, both assistant men's basketball coaches. And key pieces, key components, assets to the Baylor men's basketball program. And so we're going to go and pick their brains and find out how did they manage to build this culture despite all of the outside stuff that's going on with the pandemic, with the divide in the election and people and and spiritual beliefs. I mean, all type of stuff is going on. And then on top of that, we want to address your questions and relay them to them as well. Throw some alley-oops on this Baby Friday. And so anyway, we shout out to all you guys. I'm looking at some of the comments and see some of the people in the boom.
Jimmy, Jacoby didn't get the memo. He didn't get your memo. He said, ask Coach what is his favorite thing about coaching. All coaches have different things, so what is his? He didn't get the memo. That's all right. Excuse me. He didn't get the memo. He didn't get the memo. Jacoby, we asking advanced placement questions today. We gonna go inside the coach's mind, huh?
Not the question, not the short yellow bus questions.
Yeah.
We're gonna just, but in other words, a question that you think that he have not been asked
before. That's it.
And so those are questions that we want.
And Jimmy, by the way, Jimmy, hold on. Mindy Collins, she messing with me. Who is your team in baseball? Just cause I clicked myself off the screen when you was talking about those Astros. Y'all gotta realize I used to like the Astros. What did they do to me, Jimmy? They did something. Cause it wasn't a cheating. Oh, I didn't like that front office. Yeah, the front office. Yeah. I didn't like the front office. I knew it was something. It was something. But that's all. What else we got? College basketball related? Because we can talk about it.
Well, of course, University of Houston had their ceremony last night, and we got a late start with date night. I had actually planned to go by, but then date night, my first date night home in almost 2 weeks. So date night wins. And guess what? I had already promised saying that we was going to get some crawfish on date night. So we went and we fell right up in there and got some bugs. And I know a spot that got, it's crazy. It sounds like it's a hell of a deal, but it really ain't a hell of a deal. But they have 5 pounds for, I think 5 pounds for $25.
$25. That is a deal.
But think about it. They just it's a deal compared to what the prices are now. Yeah. But crawfish,
what you want to pay for some crawfish? As much as you love them, what do you want to pay for? $2?
$3.50.
Get the hell out of here. That ain't worth it. By people sacking them up and getting them out the mud.
If you buy them live, you can get them live for $2.99, $3 a pound. You can get them for $1.99 a pound for the right person. If you're buying a multiple sacks, you can get it. So yeah. But it was all right.
Hey, I got a spot. I got a spot now. I got a spot. I ain't
I ain't
telling
gonna tell
nobody.
you my
Y'all
top
ain't
five,
finna mess my
25
spot up.
And also, I want, before I forget, on this Baby Friday, everybody who sent their Cash App for me to bring back your Final Four merchandise, send an email. Remember, I don't have all you guys' cell phone number, contact numbers.
Right.
Send your cell number to us, chopshophtx@gmail.com. chopshophtx@gmail.com. You send your cell number in that email, and I'll let you guys know I'll be making rounds today, delivering stuff, meeting people, depending on what side of town you're. And I'll be making rounds tomorrow so as well. So make sure you want to get, I want to get all your stuffs in your hands. I was able to get pretty much everybody who placed an order. I was able to stuff that stuff in my bags. And you should have saw me out in the airport. I come through the airport, give me a check-in. I went to go around the corner. I didn't want people watching me. Being one of those guys, had to gut your luggage bag open, and then got to lay the stuff down and close it up in order to make sure that everybody's stuff got to Houston safely. But that was a great thought, and I'm happy to have been able to fulfill all of your guys, all of your requests for hats and T-shirts from the Final Four.
Guess what, Jamie? Guess what? Show you how teamwork is. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna show you how national champions work, right? AB phone was having problems, right? He had phone problems. So guess who? Jerome Tang came in earlier. So that's how they work as a team. He came in earlier so he can get y'all questions in since AB was having phone problems. This how national champions work, Jimmy. And without further ado, I know it happened. They didn't tell me. I just know that's how they work. They did not tell me. And Mr. Tang can verify that if it is. But I love the way. Without further ado, Jerome Tang, national champion, is in the building. Coach Tang, is that what happened, Coach? Huh?
Well, I really just wanted to listen to what AB was gonna say, and then I heard that there was some issues, so I figured I'd just log on. You know, I'm not too computer savvy. Al the one who kind of helps me. So
hold up. Let me switch. I got to switch me and Jimmy's background right now. Y'all gonna talk, cause I'm switching from AB to you now. Y'all gonna talk, Jimmy. What we got, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Jerome Tang is live with us, and now you guys, we can resume tossing your questions to Coach Tang at Baylor. First and foremost, Coach, congratulations on the victory. I was watching, and I was paying attention, and you were fired up.
Yeah.
Was that your scout?
No, it wasn't my scout. We have a guy on our staff named John Jacobs who worked at Gonzaga for 3 years. So he knew the program intimately and was able to give us some great insight into the program. And he did an unbelievable job on his scout. The semifinal scout was Alvin Brooks's scout, and obviously his daddy on the staff, and there was something real. I mean, he loves his daddy, but he wanted to whoop his daddy. All right, so those two dudes did an unbelievable job in presenting the scout to the team and having our guys ready. And I said this last year during the pandemic, and I'm gonna say it again. This is the best staff I've ever been a part of.
You said that.
And it should carry more weight now. Also, like, people might have thought I was just saying stuff just to say it, but when Grant McCaslin wins a first round game at North Texas in the NCAA tournament, they beat Purdue, and then Paul Mills takes his team to the Sweet 16 at Oral Roberts, but yet I'm here telling you these two dudes are the best staff that we've ever had at Baylor. and we win a national championship, there's some dudes, some ADs out there need to be listening, because John Jacobs and Alvin Brooks are superstars.
Wow. Wow.
And you say ADs would be listening. Last time you were on the Chop Shop, a lot of people, that out there feel the similar or the same way about you, Coach Tank, and that you should be, some ADs should be listening about you. But then, the truth be told, you can clarify again or reconfirm. You've had an offer to go and coach at another college since you've been at Baylor, correct?
Yeah, there've been there've been some opportunities. I've been told no more than I've had, an offer. And so, but God has a plan, man. And at the end of the day, titles for me are not important. Obviously, I would love to run my own program, but more importantly, I want to be smack dab in the middle of God's will, and He wanted me here with Coach Drew and these young men to have an opportunity to experience this, man. And this is just unbelievable, unbelievable feeling, man. I can't even put into words what I feel watching our young men be able to have a chance to celebrate, winning, to see their parents, to see former players and staff members, that unbelievable, man. Just we talk about having a culture of joy here at Baylor. It's Jesus first, others second, and yourself last. And none of this is about me. It's all about honoring God and the people around our program who help make us elite at what we do.
Awesome. AB is in the screen now. If everybody see,
yeah.
AB3, can you see us? How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I can see y'all. I'm good.
He just went and switched over his phone plan from cricket to the. So he's good to go right now. Now, and we talked about the scout earlier, and we got some of your questions, and we're gonna toss to you. That's what we want to do, so we won't get behind them. And one thing, when a female has a question, guys, fellas, on both platforms, females go to the front of the line. They have an armband. You can't see it over there. They get to the front line. So Kim, we're gonna go with your question. It says, when Gonzaga went into a zone on you guys, did you guys start laughing, or what were your thoughts?
Good question, Kim.
Yeah, they laughing right now. Come on, you can say it right now. Say it with your chest.
No, we didn't laugh. I mean, they were, basketball is based off strategy. So, we knew we had players that could make plays, and so our guys did a great job of getting to the right spots and making shots. I mean, our guys were locked in. I don't think it's too many defenses that could have stopped them that night.
It's so unique watching y'all. I probably done watched every game, but watching y'all, it was so ironic that one of your best mid-range players always wind up there in the middle and shoot. He never missed from in there. I've been watching y'all, and I sit there, Jim. I said, I promise you, I was texting Corey Henderson. I said, we had just talked about. I said, Maceo Teague finna tear that middle up, and right on cue, bingo, and they didn't adjust, bingo. We need to come out of this, coach. Time out. So, I mean, I'm glad you asked that question, Kim, because I was laughing myself. But what else you got, Jim?
Next question is over in Atlanta. Matt is asking, how hard was it to mentally lock in during the NCAA tournament while being in the bubble for all those days, right? And being away from not just your families, but knowing these young men were away from their families as well during that extended period of time.
Come on, Tang.
Go ahead, Al.
I think it was Coach Drew did a great job as far as, I mean, we had karaoke night. We had a Uno challenge night. We had a Connect Four challenge night. We had different movie nights, to where they watch different movies, and I mean, he did a great job of like spreading it out to where it made it not, it was a little bit more fun. So since we couldn't go nowhere, I mean, it was tough. Don't get me wrong, it was tough, but we all knew that we were on a mission, and so the hotel was really packed when we first got there, and then as the weeks went on, it wasn't, and so we looked at it as a blessing, to be able to be in there as long instead of looking at it as a negative thing.
One question: didn't y'all have to go out? Tang, and you can add this to it. Didn't y'all have that day that y'all can go out? Like I saw some people out at a stadium, at a baseball stadium. I saw some teams go out and do stuff outside of the stadium. Did y'all have that also, Tang? Coach Tang?
Yeah, we had one day where we got to go outside for an hour, about 45 minutes. They had a AAA baseball field over there.
Yeah.
We set up a kickball game, the staff against the players. And there was a very controversial play at the end where we thought like the player was out, and so the coaching staff should have won. But there was even video evidence, but they wouldn't go to the replay for us. So we took a nail on that one.
I can't wait to talk to the players. Keep going. I'm sorry.
There was a blessing. There was definitely a blessing in the bubble, because it eliminated travel. Like normally you play 2 games, then you have to travel home, and then, you find out who your opponent is, and, you get a day and a half of practice, then you have to leave to go to the next site. While you're at home, sometimes family members, as much as they can bless you, they can distract you. Mm-hmm. Right? And so our guys, after being quarantined and all the things they were doing during the season, being in a bubble for a short period of time, 3 weeks, I mean, they didn't see that as a problem, and we didn't have the distractions of the family or the travel, and so it allowed our guys to focus like even more. And like Al said, Coach did a great job. We had a bunch of different things going on. We had different speakers. Tony Dungy spoke to our team.
What? Wow.
Yes. I was so fired up when he was on there, and he told us he had to keep his record going because he had spoken to Clemson and to somebody else, and they won the national championship that year. And so he said we had to keep the record. So yeah, Virginia. So we kept his record alive.
Hey, Sandra said, Brooks, just for you right quick. Sandra Hicks said, Brooks, do you need me to send her? Do you need her to send her people out there to do your lawn?
Wow.
No. She didn't say it in a bad way. No, she said so she can stop all them haters from running their mouth. She love you and congratulations. She was saying she got your back. Huh?
No, I know she do. Tell her I appreciate it. We're gonna get it taken care of. I told people, in a nice way that, we were blessed to be cutting nets, not grass. So, we cut the nets. Now it's time to cut the grass.
Coach, I saw the post, Coach. I didn't notice the grass. I was just looking at your little boy sitting there saying, man, I can't wait till Daddy turn that corner. Tell all them nosy people, quit looking at that man's grass. I didn't even notice the grass. I promise you I didn't. I was surprised to hear about that. But
no, that's part of it.
Hold up, I got some questions that I put on the screen, y'all. And
let's get to some of those questions. Meanwhile, while you pulling that one up, we'll go to Mazik Buko. He said, do y'all think if y'all would have played Gonzaga back on December the 5th, that the game would have been closer?
I mean, nobody ever knows.
Yeah.
Only God knows that.
God and the Swami. And what's her name? God and what's the lady name? Dionne Warwick. Them the only people.
Miss Cleo. Now, is it true that when the semifinals game was going on, some of your players were hoping that Gonzaga won because they wanted Gonzaga more than anything else? Is that true?
I don't know about the players, but I know that I wanted Gonzaga to win because UCLA was my scout, and I hadn't really put a lot of time into UCLA at the moment. So, no, our guys wanted to play Gonzaga, fellas. All year long, they said Gonzaga was the best team in the country. They said they might have been the best team, ever, and our guys heard that. They heard everybody pick Gonzaga to beat us. Oh. And every time this year where there was a challenge placed before us, our dudes rose to the occasion. Okay, and nobody understands what it is to be on a COVID pause and have COVID. All right, I had it. All right, my first game back, there was like 36 minutes of the game, I just sat in the chair and didn't say anything because I was so tired, so fatigued. And it wasn't until the last 4 minutes of the game that I made myself, I gave energy to our guys, and we was able to pull out a win. And I'm not saying it's because of me, but I'm just saying that it was, you were so tired that nobody knows what that's like to sit around for 14 days. It doesn't matter what you do, and then try to go out there and play against teams that's been playing for weeks and playing games, and you don't have any practice. It's hard, man. It's hard to get back in the groove, and people, well, they're not back to what they were. They want this. Well, you ain't never been through it, and so I just so for people to to judge our dudes on that was, they heard it. And so when we was able to get some practice after the Big 12 tournament and refocus ourselves, our dudes was on a mission, and they wanted to play Gonzaga in the national championship game. That's what they wanted.
Wow. Alex, I got another question for you, Jimmy. AB, I think he's back in the car. Is he back in the car? Because you're doing some, AB. I put you.
Yeah,
okay, you back in?
He's coming back.
I got you back in. Alex Castero asked a question. He said, people say that if you prepare for no. That's the other one. I'm sorry. I got another one for you. Jimmy, if you got one. Question. Jimmy, you didn't answer my questions already. I got one for you. With the D1 men's basketball transfer portal being at 1,263 and counting, does Baylor men's basketball plan to recruit just from the transfer portal or leave option open for high school, JUCO, prep school? What are Baylor plans for the classes 121, 22, 23, and 24? Anybody got that one?
We're gonna look to find the best fit for Baylor. And whether that's a high school kid, a prep school kid, a junior college kid, or a kid in the portal, that we're going to look through all the avenues. We're not going to eliminate any avenue. But our goal is to find the person who adds value to our program and that we can add value to them. And because good business isn't when both people win, but we like to say that, Baylor's not for everybody, right? What we do and what we ask our guys to do, it's not for everybody, and because not everybody has the same agenda that we have here. And so, but the ones that God sends us, so we're just praying that we get the right dudes.
That's good. You got one, Jimmy?
Yeah, and Trina asked for Alvin AB3, what was it like beating up on your dad?
AB popped off the screen, Jimmy. AB popped off the screen.
No, well, he hears us when he comes back. He gets that question.
Okay.
And of course, now Clarence, I missed your question. Please repost it.
I got one, Jimmy. I got one from Alex Castero. He said, "What a Baylor's strategy to deal with the all-star coaching team being assembled at Texas? they're going to come hard to take the recruiting and Texas crown. It's like the Yankees or the Dodgers spending during free agency. Wow. Yo. Hey, this question just for you. This question is just for you, Coach Tank, because I know how you think. But I can't wait to hear this.
Well, see, if Alvin was on right now, he would check me and dial me back.
I know.
I'm personally insulted by the question, but that's my ego, and this year I've been really working on my ego and pride, and God's really dealing with me about it. So I'm happy for the guys at the University of Texas. I know all three of the assistants that they've hired down there, and I've known them for a long time. I have a lot of respect and admiration for them. They work extremely hard. They're really good at what they do, and I'm looking forward to competing against them, and I'm sure they're looking forward to competing against us also. And I feel like we got the greatest state in the union. We've got the greatest high school and AAU basketball in the country, and that now that we've won a national championship, I think we've proven to the kids in this state that you don't have to leave this state to go play for an elite program and for elite coaches. In the Big 12, 6 coaches in the Big 12 have played, been in the Final Four. And you've got 2 national championship coaches in the Big 12. One of them resides at Baylor University. So the kids in the state, they don't have to go out of state. They can give their parents a gift of them being able to drive to their games and then be able to drive home that night and sleep in their own bed. And so, I would say to everybody who's out there, who's coaching kids in high school in the state, who are coaching kids on AAU programs, you should be encouraging your young people, and it bothers me when Texas offers a kid, Texas Tech offers a kid, Baylor offers a kid, and you don't see much about it. And then all of a sudden, a school on the East Coast, and one of the schools in North Carolina offer the kid, and all of a sudden, all the guys who cover the kids in the state want to pub it. Oh, they just got offered by Kentucky. They just got offered by North Carolina. Well, Kentucky and North Carolina, they don't have national championship next to them right now. You know what I mean? And so I want to see the people who are advising these kids, the people who are mentoring these young men. I want to see them be excited about the colleges in the state, the University of Houston, Texas Tech, just all the programs, Texas A&M. I want to see them excited about the programs in our state, and as they are about the ones out of state, And so, the thing that can make what they're going to do at the University of Texas, what we're going to do at Baylor, what we're going to continue to do great, is if we keep the local talent at home. And it's not like they don't get national exposure, so I want to know who it benefits when they leave the state.
Wow. Let's go.
Now I got another question. I'm gonna bundle this question together into 2. And one is from Chicago, that is in Chicago, asked, what's the definition of a Baylor Bear men's basketball student athlete? Let me add something to that. Secondly, we go to Clarence, and he asks, he hears that Jared Butler is a Sunday school teacher and a leader of young men. What does that tell? What else should we know about him as a young man as well?
Man, well, Jared Butler is an unbelievable human being. He could be president of the United States one day. He's a unifier. He's a guy who brings people together. During the social unrest that took place this summer in the midst of the pandemic, when we did the student athletes on campus did a march, right? And in protest of some of the things that are going on to shed light on it, Jared stood up in front of our athletes and said, you know, it's not enough for us to tweet about this. It's not enough for us to march about this. We have to have a plan of action. And he challenged our administration to have a plan of action on what we can do. And one of the things that we took on as a basketball program was that, you know, it said that whatever the literacy rate is of a third grader, right? The number of kids the percentage of kids that are illiterate as third graders is the same percentage of young men that end up in prison in that age group. And so we took on J.L. Hines, one of the elementary schools here, their third and fourth grade, and developed a reading program for them and with them to reward them for reading, because that will directly impact their lives down the road. And so we wanted to be a team of action that was led by Jared Butler. And that's the kind of young man. He does teach a second grade Sunday school class here in Waco, and just a terrific young man. And to go along with what does a Baylor basketball player, well, the first thing they do is they smile. We like guys who smile, right? And because we walk in the gym, just like you walk in your office, if people got a frown on their face, they look upset to be there, just sucks energy out of it. When we walk in the gym, we want to see guys who smile. They give us energy because we want to give them energy. No energy vampires, right? And, you know, obviously there's a talent level you have to have, but man, we want dudes who smile, who bring great energy. They got some toughness to them, and they're coachable. That's what a Baylor basketball player looks like.
Wow. Wait a minute, hold up, Coach. Hold up, Jim, before you say, you mean something like this, Coach? You Yeah, something like that, Coach. Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm just checking. Keep going, Jimmy. What you got? You got another question? I'm sorry.
You know, up 17 with 4 to go. Think about it. Up 17 with 4 to go. You'd think a kid would be like, "Oh, we got this. I don't need to do that." And for him to make that kind of effort, we call that a multi-effort, and we actually grade it. You know, and he would get extra points for that. And when we pass out the gloves, you know, he would get the gloves for that. Okay. And it's something they take pride in, you know. And so it's pretty cool, man. Those are some I could tell great stories about every one of our guys, man. Not just Jared Butler, but every one of them.
Okay. But Coach, it was so unique, Coach. You said multiple efforts. Coach, the man almost went outside to the restroom and came back and closed out on the other side of the floor. Not the same side of the floor, to the other side of the floor. Like I said, I challenge every AAU coach. I challenge every high school coach on this show on Monday. If you got a clip of your kid doing that, send it to me and I'm going to play it on the show. Because it was just unbelievable to me. And it was a testament of not just who this young man, because I told you, I talked to a college coach and he said, and I explained it to him. He didn't see it. He said, that kid did not want to lose that basketball game. He said, that kid right there, he did not want to lose. He didn't know the score. The college coach, he didn't know the score. And you just said up 17, 4 minutes left. The game's kind of out of hand, and he made that play. That make the play more remarkable to me. So, yes, I'm going to talk about this on the show. Yeah, y'all get used to this. But because I want all of our kids. Let me tell you something. That didn't take no skill to shoot the ball. You didn't have to be the tallest person. You didn't have to be the biggest person. That kid just wanted it. He just wanted to do that more than anybody on the at that moment on the floor. And I take my hand off to him. Make sure you tell him that Robert Hatter said, man, hell of a play, young fella. Jimmy?
Yeah. Now we got another question is from Jeremy, and he says, Coach, what books are you currently reading? Whether Bible or just leadership books in general?
Well, the last book, the second to last book that I just finished reading was Hires Waiting by Tyler Perry. And I actually got copies for all of our guys, and we gave it to them the night of the championship game. and told them that we're going to win a national championship tonight, but I want you to know that higher is waiting for you. Okay, this is not the pinnacle for you, winning the national championship. There are greater things out there for you to accomplish, and so I'm hoping our guys will read the book. It's really incredible.
What's the name of the book again?
Does a great job. Higher is waiting.
Higher is waiting. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Higher is waiting. There's
and
more
Tyler
out there for
Perry
you.
is the author of that particular.
Yeah, Tyler.
And what's your favorite book, Coach? Your favorite book?
The last book I just finished reading is The Garden by John Gordon, okay. And just a really good book, especially for young people. Mm-hmm. You know, really, because kids today, man, mental health is such an issue, and you know, we used to just say, man, you gotta be mentally tough. You can't let that get to you. The problem is that these kids are hit. If they make a mistake, it is like they're getting instant feedback. They do something well, they get instant feedback from Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things that, I mean, it's just like they are bombarded by it. I would say, just give you an example. We have a young man. I did in my chapel service before the U of H game. You know, I was telling the guys that how talking about how you deal with criticism, right? And I showed the video of me scoring on Maceo Teague in the post, right? Well, one of our former players hit me and said on my Instagram feed, said, "Oh, the bucket shouldn't count. You traveled," right? Well, immediately I hit him back with hater, right? But when I looked at the video, I did travel, right? So how did I deal with pride? Snuck in on me, right? And I'm calling the dude a hater. You know, whether I was joking or not, it was still, there was some truth to it, right? Yeah. Like,
right.
And so I told them, man, my video got 800 views, and I thought that was pretty good. And they're all looking at me like, 800 views. My video got 800,000 views. Like one of our guys said that. And I'm thinking to and so I said, well, what happens when your video doesn't get 800,000 views? Ooh, they take it down. It's like something about themselves was not good enough to meet up to the last thing that they put up. And so they judge who they are, their product, based on how many people view their thing, not on the content of what it was. And these guys are dealing with that daily, hour by hour, minute by minute, you know. And so the book The Garden talks about some of the things that young people deal with, and you know, the value. That's why, like, when we talk about our culture of joy, Jesus first, others second, you know, I've heard about people win a championship and they suffer depression because they say, man, is this all it was? Well, if championship was their purpose, then yeah, they're gonna be depressed because it doesn't fulfill you, right? Fulfillment comes from having a relationship with God and knowing that you're pursuing your purpose, and your purpose isn't about winning games. It's about, you know, seeing young men reach their full potential, seeing whatever you're doing add value to their life, not just for 5 years, but for 40 years and then for eternity. And so, I mean, I'm as happy and fulfilled as I've ever been, but had we not won, I would still be happy and fulfilled, because we have a terrific group of young men, and they showed the world what it was like to play with joy and to play for each other and to love their teammates. And that, to me, is the thing that I'm most proud of this whole thing, is that the world got to see what a bunch of guys who are from different walks of life and different backgrounds, and, you know, some of them got mullets and some of them got, you know, dreads. But they love each other, man. And when they're together, they make just this really sweet sound that I mean, people can really learn from.
Jimmy, I got a question.
Coach, okay, come on.
Coach Kane, what type of wine, what type of glass of wine did you have after the national championship? Because this person know you are a lover of wines.
Man, I had a well when I came home. When we went to Italy 2 summers ago as a team,
Yeah.
and we found a Chianti there that was really good. And I had a bottle. Coach Drew actually gave me a bottle for Christmas, and I had it at home. So when I came home, I opened a bottle of Chianti, and over the next couple of days, I had a couple glasses of wine. It was really good.
Jimmy, you got another one? Because I got another.
Yeah, I want to ask you from this year's national championship team, how many of your players do you expect to enter their name into the NBA draft from this year's team?
Man, you know what? This is what we're doing. We've told the guys, and hey, let's wait till after the parade on Tuesday. We're gonna have a parade in Waco. Tuesday starts at 6 o'clock, and then they're gonna have a dinner afterwards, and then after that on Wednesday we'll meet with them and figure out who's gonna do what. But until then, I don't even think about it, man. So somebody tried to post something about Davion Mitchell.
I saw that.
And yeah, and Davion immediately said, "Look, man, I haven't made a decision about anything."
Right.
And King McClure snapped back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
told them it was and so let's just let these dudes enjoy this, and that's the problem with people always want to go to the next thing and instead of just enjoying where you're at right now. And
right.
I mean, you see that in every walk and aspect of life. There are young assistant coaches out there. Mm-hmm. They're so busy thinking about the next thing that they ain't very good at the thing they doing right now,
Awesome.
Everybody, if you would stay in the moment, and that's the thing about the bubble, Hatter, Jimmy, that really helped. It allowed you to stay in the moment, right? Because you were blocked out from a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many hours down in our room we had the Connect 4 games, the Uno games, cornhole. I learned how to play cornhole. We had a basketball goal in it. Them dudes were down there, not on their phones, not playing video games because there were video games. They were playing Connect 4. They was playing Uno and getting after it, and I mean, it got really competitive, noise talking, it was a blast, but they were in it and they were enjoying the moment, not thinking about the next thing. So
that's awesome.
I know I didn't answer your question.
Go
ahead.
I think you did. He said, Robert, ask him how they're looking for next year with the guys that are returning. Langston Love coming. Do they think that they can run it back? Kendall Brown also. You can talk. I thought those guys are signed. You can talk about what do you think about your new young fellas. Could y'all run it back? But I guess and this is a question from somebody because he didn't get a chance to. This was before you said, let us soak this in. So in his defense, this was before you said, let's just enjoy the moment. So if you want to just reiterate, we're just enjoying the moment, or you can talk about those two guys if you like to, Coach.
No, it would be a disservice to talk about those guys and not talk about the young men that are here. Okay. I mean,
gotcha.
LJ Cryer is going to be an all Big 12 player before he leaves Baylor. He could be a McDonald. He could be an All-American.
Right.
Okay. That's the kind of. And he just happened to be playing with 3 All-Americans. And so, Zach Loveday and Dane Danger were both like top 100 players coming out of high school. They just happened to be playing with 2 grown men. I mean, so we have talent in the program that hadn't fully, but they just haven't had a chance. They've been working though.
Right.
I mean, they've been working.
Right.
And the culture here. I mean, we had games this year that after the game, I'd be up in my office breaking down film, and those guys are down in the gym on game day, right? in the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night in the gym,
Uh-huh.
getting their work in.
Wow.
So those dudes are looking forward to their opportunity. The guys who are coming in, we love all three of them. They're two-way players. They play on both ends of the floor. They come from winning programs, and so we're excited to have them here. And and then it's a process. It's we every day we try to get 1% better, and in every aspect of life we try to go 1-0.
I like
You
that.
go 1-0 for breakfast. You go 1-0 in the classroom. You go 1-0 for lunch. It's just 1-0, and you reset. And you keep going 1-0, you're gonna keep getting 1% better, and you keep getting 1% better. Over the course of it, you can achieve some special things.
Wow, Jimmy.
Coach, do you think yesterday I shared a little an abbreviated version of the scenario of the story that a lot of people are not aware of, and that is that you guys actually you had John Wall was supposed to be a Baylor Bear. Do you think if John Wall would have suited up, that you guys would have won the championship back then?
No, I can't say that we would have, because our point guard that year was Tweety Carter. And until this year, Tweety Carter is the best, best basketball player that we've ever had at Baylor. And I mean, when you talk about an all-around person, and we went to the Elite Eight and lost, if not for what we think a controversial, charge call, I think we're in the Final Four. John Wall was at Kentucky with DeMarcus Cousins, all them. They lose in the Elite Eight also. So, he didn't. So I love John. I've spent a lot of time with John, and he's a terrific young man. But you can't say that. I wouldn't have traded anybody on that team for anybody on anybody else's team. And because Tweety Carter was at Baylor, we win a national championship right now because Tweety was here in the summertime before COVID restrictions, working with these guards.
Wow.
Okay, he lives in Waco in the summertime.
Wow.
And Tweety actually did a Zoom call with our guys, sent in a video to tell them how proud he was of them, and how to approach the next game. So without Tweety Carter, we don't win a national championship. So no, I can't say that.
Okay, next we got a bundle for you again. We'll go with Lonnie, and he says, what is your most fulfilling moment aside from the national championship night? What was your most fulfilling moment of the 2021 NCAA tournament? And Daryl Barnes also, we piggyback and bundle this, and he's asked, do you think that you guys in Baylor will implement some form of variation of the bubble, right, for March Madness in years to come?
I'm gonna answer the second question first.
Okay.
And you know what? If they would allow us to, man, yes. Because I really feel like the distractions right now. I don't believe there's just way too much. There's way too much money made in the NCAA tournament with hotels, different cities, news coverage, all the things that go into it that I don't know that they'll allow us to with the budget. Now, I'm not on that side of it, but just as a fan looking at it and understanding the business of this, that I don't know they'll allow us to. But I personally like the bubble because I like the result. Now, a lot of the result had very little, probably less to do with the bubble and more to do with them boys that was wearing green and gold. Like Charles Barkley says, some teams had Joes, some teams had Jimmies. The Baylor Bears had Jimmies and Joes, right? And so that was probably a lot more to do with that. As far as my most fulfilling moment, there's a couple of them, right? Like, think about like Matthew Meyer, Westlake High School. Everybody knows, the mullet. He's coming in, and you expect, like, he can get a shot off anytime he wants to. He can, you know, some of the shots make you want to pull your hair out, and some of the shots are like, man, you just see talent, right? You know, but think about this. Second half, Matthew Meyer comes down, takes a charge on Drew Timme, and the next play down the floor flashes into the lane, catches a pass from Jared Butler, hits a bucket, right? I mean, think about that scenario right there. You know, great defensive play on one end, terrific offensive play where he made the right cut on the other, you know, and I mean, that was cool. Second half against Villanova, right? Jay Wright, 4 days to prepare for us, had a great game plan, how they will, their space in it that's going to, you know, put our defense in a bind somewhat until we figured out offensively they're going to take away threes and see if we're willing to go to the rim. And second half, we said, okay, we're not shooting threes. We're going to go shoot layups. And then this is how we're going to guard you in the post and load up on your side and take away any of your ball reversals. And Villanova had gone, I think, all of February without having a game with more than 6 turnovers. And I think against us, they turned the ball over 14 times. Right. And so that was really cool right there, watching our guys rise to that challenge.
Now speaking of the bubble, explain to us what was who all got to come along with the team? I know at what point did family get to join? Did you know, or were they at all in your hotel?
No, we had 34 people that were considered tier one, and those were the only ones in the hotel, and nobody else could come into the hotel. You had to wear these credentials, and then like you know, when you left, you went to your hotel room, you came down to your you know, your conference room. You went, when it's time to go to practice or whatever, you'd go, and if you had to get on the buses would be there. They'd have security. You'd go get on your bus, go to the arena. So the only time you were outside was on that short walk to get on your bus. And then you're at the arena, you work out, get back on the bus, come back, drop you off, you walk into the hotel. That's the only time. One time after I think it was the second game, my wife was across the street, right, and waiting for me, and there's a barricade. So like, just think it's a 4-lane road, right? 2 going one way, 2 going the other. There's a sidewalk she's standing on that side. I'm on this side. There are barricades, like metal barricades, keeping me in. There's grass and stuff, and I'm trying to stand on the grass on this side of the barricade just to wave at her. And the lady says, "No, you can't do that. You got to go inside right away." I mean, like, so I said, I can't even tell her I love her. You know, no, you got to go. And had to go inside. You know, and so, and then
go ahead. Because I heard a story like that about some coach. Him and his wife, he couldn't see her, but he left a glass of champagne on the top of a somewhere so she can have it. Somebody left a glass, and they just toast from far away. She had her glass of champagne. It was that serious. I just, before I forgot, you just made me think about that. He couldn't see his wife, but he let somebody left her a glass of champagne so she can see him from way over here, and they toasted together.
Yeah, that was in the women's tournament.
I think. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And we, my wife actually, she brought some stuff for me, and she brought it. They made her, like, you know, the 2 glass doors at the hotel.
Yeah.
She went in the first door, had to set it on the table, and then left. And then the security guard went in this side, got it, and then brought it to me. So I couldn't even go in and get it. That was interesting. That was you know, it was different. But I understand that it was the precautions they were taking to keep everybody safe, so that we could continue to play. And so it wasn't. I didn't see it as a negative.
Okay.
We have another bundle question for you.
Oh, here you go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Derek Daniels, down in Beaumont, Texas. Saying, congratulations, brother. He wanted to know if you guys do conduct life lessons or do you guys hold team Bible studies. No, since guys like Jared Butler's a Sunday school teacher, you yourself, you are a minister, and do you guys conduct that? Also, he wanted to make sure you remember the beatings that he gave you at the Window Delay YMCA on the Sunday League back in the early 90s.
Oh man. Well, I actually do remember. Hey, like Jimmy's squad was always stacked, right? And then Pops would always have a stacked squad.
Say it again. Hella not listening. Hella. Listen to what Tang is telling you.
I didn't hear him. Tang, leave his name out of it, Tang.
Hey, them old color purple. God trying to tell you something. Come on, man.
Okay, Jimmy's team was stacked. Let's go.
Jimmy's team was stacked, and then Pops, TJ Ford's daddy.
Oh yeah.
Pops always had a stacked squad, right?
Yeah.
And then Pops could yell at the referees, and they wouldn't say nothing to him, right? Like nobody was giving Pops a tech.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't say nothing to T Sharp. You say anything to T Sharp? Remember T Sharp with the ponytail? And
yeah, he passed away. Yeah, T Sharp.
Yeah, and the fire marshal would get like you couldn't. We took some beat downs, but I gave some buckets. But it wasn't enough buckets.
Hey, Coach, did you travel? Coach? Because you've been known to travel on videotape. Was you doing a lot of traveling?
Hey, man, I probably did travel a few times.
Hey, guess who's back? Hey, guess who's back, Jimmy?
AB3 is back. Of course, we got Alvin Brooks III.
Look at it.
Back in the fold with us now. Of course, a double shot of the Baylor Bears, and in the house with us, national champions from earlier this week. Yeah. And now want to ask you, Coach Brooks, welcome back. And a lot of people may not know, I think last week you posted on social media, it was National Autism Day. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people may not understand the challenges that are on the table on a daily basis. As a parent, you have two young men that you're raising, and autism is alive and well in your life. And you just people may not have noticed, but your sons have got in the back seat of the car. It looked like when you were picking them up. And just take us through that, being away from your sons during the past month. How hard was that to remain focused, knowing that your wife and the rest of your family had to go and take care of them, while you were away, and you just couldn't hug them, you couldn't get, as Tang just mentioned, you had to, from afar. Tell us, what was the hardest point in that bubble for you?
I think the hardest part for me was actually leading up to the Final Four, because my wife, she didn't come the first two games, and so she came for the Sweet 16, and so they at least had her at the beginning, but then she came from the Sweet 16 and stayed through the whole time, so she basically stayed 2 weeks, 2 out of the 3 weeks. And so I FaceTime, they stayed in Houston with her mom, and so I FaceTime my wife with the kids, because obviously she was in a different hotel, and just hearing our youngest son say, "Oh, look, it's my family," like that really hurt my heart. And for him to ask my wife, "Am I ever coming back?" He asked her, "Was I ever coming back?" And so like those moments, I had to snap back. It took me a while. Like I really struggled during those moments.
And Coach, I'm glad, Jimmy. I'm glad I saw that, Jimmy. And I don't know if you're aware. Is this National Autism Month or something?
To be honest, I have no idea.
And the reason I said that, the other day, about a couple of days ago, Penny Hardaway, his son, who plays for him, he had autism. And Slingshot, that little utility car, that little fast little car that's open, a three-wheeler car, they partnered with him to help autism. I think it was National Autism Day or something. They partnered with him to give money. Every time you buy a Slingshot, one of those motorcycle type. They give money to autism, and I asked him about it. He said, "Man, we caught it early. That's why Jalen he's able to he's okay now." He said they caught it early. When you catch it early, you you can defeat that monster. So
and that's what we doing. Like, our sons are 5 and 6, and like I actually just picked them up from one therapy, and now I'm actually in the office of our strength coach, Coach Charlie, his wife. She is the owner of this therapy, and so
give us a
I
shout
picked them
out,
up.
man, so we can get some business over there. Just give us a shout
Well,
out.
they're at Thrive. So this morning they were at Thrive Therapy, and now they're at Hope and Believe Therapy. So
good.
this is more, occupational and speech, and then the other one is ABA, which is basically behavior. So I mean, it's a daily battle, man. I don't think a lot of people understand. I know they, like, it's easy to tweet about it, but when you're living it every day, it's totally different because, our oldest son is nonverbal at the moment, but, we're doing everything we can to help both of them.
Wow.
Man,
yes,
that
in back it was a week back. It was World Autism Awareness Day. Okay, it was World Autism, and I'm looking at the video. It got him and his son and the vehicle. I'm gonna post it so people can see. But man, I'm gonna make sure y'all hook up. So y'all probably have some stuff he can help you with, and y'all can be able to talk about that. I'm gonna make sure that happens. Okay.
Appreciate that.
What else you got, Jimmy?
All right, we got a couple of questions. I'll toss one to each one of you guys. One was from Kevin, and he says, "Who was the toughest team and player to prepare for this past season?" Next question is, it's kind of variation. I'll get this from the coach. We'll throw that. I guess that question go to Coach Tang, and this second question we'll toss it to AB3 because it's kind of variation of what Tang probably had already touched on earlier. And this is from Bobby. And Bobby Benjamin says, basically, when all of the COVID rules and everything gets back to normal next season, hopefully, is there something from some type of safety or precautionary measure that you guys had in place that you plan to maybe keep on implementing with your team going in the next season?
It's a good one.
Who's going first?
Go on, Coach Tang.
Man, for me, and he said the toughest team this year, not the tournament. For me, the toughest team to prepare for was Oklahoma State, and
I wonder why.
Mike does a great job. You play him 3 times, right? And so, when you get to know each other so well that they know what you're gonna do, you know what they're gonna do. He changed a lot of defenses on us, and he has talent, and those dudes can go make plays. And so I think Mike does a great job. Now, I think all the coaches in the Big 12 do, and that's the thing about when you have to play against that kind of talent twice, right? I mean, it's not easy, man. It's not, because they're gonna come up with a game plan and they're gonna figure something out to make life difficult for you. And so that to me, and I thought that was the most, but it's also my scout too, so I'm really invested in it. So
Coach Brooks.
All right, and AB3.
Can you paraphrase the question again? I was thinking about Coach Tang.
Basically, if when all of the COVID rules are lifted and the things are back to normal, is there a particular COVID policy that Baylor may keep, right? Because the coaching staff feel it helped the program.
I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. I think that question is really over our head. I mean, that's not a decision that we'll be able to make as a coaching staff. That'll be a decision by the administration and our trainers and everybody that's more in tuned into the CDC. We went from wearing gloves in practice to like we were like extra cautious at the beginning. So I'm not sure. I think it all depends on how the world adjusts, and I'm sure there'll be a few things, but we're big on being connected. And so, I think at first we started off to where even in the huddles we were spread apart, and that's not what our program is about. So if you look at the NCAA tournament, actually the Big 12 tournament, we start doing what we do, and we were locked arms, and if one get it, we all get it. And so I think we tried to actually space it out, and we had a different strategy to where the guys that had it before couldn't be close to the guys that didn't have it, to where like it was a method to the madness.
Well, I got something for you, AB, from Stacey Houston. He said, Alvin Brooks and his wifey are what you call superhero parents. His wifey is one of the strongest and supportive wives you will ever meet. Man,
that's a fact. I'm if I had this situation with anybody else, I don't know if I'd be coaching, to be honest. Just because she's a tough person to deal with what we deal with. I mean, she's a extremely tough person.
Well, hold up. I got something for her. You make sure she watch this. Hold on. Jimmy, what else you got? I saw a couple of them up there. What else
I'm gonna give you a question and an answer from two people in the Boom Boom Room, and then I'm gonna get your thoughts as to which one of them is correct or not.
Let's go.
So it's from Angel. He says, safe to assume all the academics were done virtually while you were in the bubble. How did the players impress you with their ability to balance academics during this pandemic and the demands of high-level athletics? Now, here's a response. It came from Herb. He says, I attended Baylor. Trust me, they weren't doing any schoolwork while they were in that bubble. I don't care what they tell you. LOL, of course, in capital letters. Get your comments on that.
That's not true. I mean, we actually had a guy that missed the karaoke night because of schoolwork. Like he stayed in his room because he had to do schoolwork, and we had multiple guys say, "Hey, we had a guy we had to take a picture. We was playing kickball, and one of our players, we had to go take the picture by the JW Marriott early because he had a test that was due by a certain time and he had to get back. And so it's different. I've heard almost all. I mean, we have great kids, man. We have a special group to where they really take student athlete to heart. I mean, Jared Butler is like the spokesman for the NCAA when it comes to every athlete. And so we have a different breed of kids. When Herb was here, who knows what Herb was doing, but now we got student athletes now. Herb was an athlete student.
It's a new sheriff in town. The new sheriff in town. I saw some good stuff. Quick one, Tang, Coach Tang, teammates in North Shore High School congratulate you on East Side. They proud of you. And they said, Jimmy, Hatter, ask them, how do you feel about NCAA players receiving COVID vaccine shots? Tang, you can get that one.
I think it should be up to the individual.
Okay.
And just like for me, I didn't want to take the shot, but then I got it. I didn't get the shot. I got the virus, and so that didn't have to get the shot. Now, in hindsight, I'm just telling you, the virus is no joke. So I'm not recommending anybody go out and get it on purpose, right? Because it kicked my butt. I'm just telling you, like I'd never been through anything like that before. And so, but I know that I think that's up for each individual. But regardless of whether you get it or don't get it, I think you should follow the protocols, washing your hands, wearing a mask, being socially distanced, just because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you care about other people.
Right.
So you drive the speed limit, right? They tell you to drive a certain speed limit.
Yeah.
And you do it because for safety reasons for other people, and now if you choose not to, then there's a ticket that goes along with if you get caught, and so I mean,
and you
people
buckle
who
up your
say,
seatbelt.
well, you're infringing on my.
And you buckle up your seatbelt, coach.
People,
yeah.
They figured out that you can save lives if you wear seatbelts, right?
Yeah.
So guess what we do? We wear seatbelts.
Yeah.
And people enforce it. And I mean, I just if we make decisions to care about other people more, it makes all of us better. I was trying because I know I saw Herb Baker's comment about the academics trying to pull up our graphic, because I think we had 5 guys make academic all Big 12, right? And so and last year during the second semester, the spring semester, we had a team GPA of a 3.42. It was we broke a record. So I know maybe some places and at some times they did things different.
What was the record, Jimmy asked?
But it's 3.42. That's our highest team GPA in a semester we've ever had. And so, but to do that during the pandemic, when you had to start taking classes online and just all the things that go along with it, it's that's a tribute to the kind of guys we have. That they're not just multi-effort dudes on the court, they multi-effort dudes off the court. And that's why I tell you, we got dudes that can be senators, they're gonna own teams, they're gonna run athletic departments, they're gonna be president. I mean, we got some special dudes, man.
Wow.
Now, another piece of trivia that was produced this season or earlier this week was Alvin Brooks III, AB3. You became the first coach in the history of basketball to win a national championship with 3 different colleges. And can you share us the years and the schools that you were on as a coach, not as a player? Understand, as a coach, 3 different colleges you've helped guide to the national championship. And tell us about that. And also, David Dennis, he says, as an understatement to that, he says, is it true that David Dennis, that he contributed to 2 of those 3 national championships because you beat his team in Hutchinson, Kansas? So.
Yeah, man. His scores were tough though. It ain't like it was easy. Like they were tough. I mean, they probably was the dress best staff at Hutch every year. And so, but we my second year coaching, man, we won the national championship at Arkansas Fort Smith, and we were actually the favorites to win it. And then the following year, I was at Midland Junior College, and we were not the favorites, and we actually won it. We beat Chipola in the national championship game. And so, it's funny. I actually told my players, I showed the picture because I had the game day chapel, and I showed the picture of me holding a trophy both of those years. And I told our players, I said, hey, this is my 3rd national championship game. I've never not taken a picture with the trophy, and I don't plan on doing it tonight. And so, that's you guys, Coach Tang. That's a true story, and I ain't gonna say everything I said, but but we were blessed to win, the national championship, and which is crazy to have 3 national championships is unbelievable. God is great.
Oh, I got something for y'all, man. It was reported as soon as y'all got in the bubble, somebody came on this show the next day, I think Ken Gamble, talking about how terrible the food was. And when y'all first got there. And yeah, they was talking about the food wasn't good. And I guess somebody was telling people the food wasn't good. And did it get better? I know y'all were able to order out after a while. But what happened? What happened, Coach, with the food when you first got there, Coach Tang?
I didn't think the food was bad. I don't know how people complain about getting free food and staying in a 4 or 5-star hotel.
Okay.
You just that's ungrateful.
Maybe they just not used to. Maybe they not used. They wasn't used to that kind of food in Indiana food.
No, this is the thing. They didn't think back to a year before when people walked in and told us the basketball season was over.
Oh.
Right? If you had a chance to play in your conference tournament or the NCAA tournament, and they walked in and told you the season is over, right? And now a year later you're getting to play games, right? You wouldn't be complaining about food, right? And the food wasn't bad. Okay, I'm just telling you, the food was cooked. It was good food. And now maybe I'd like my food a little more spicy, right?
Oh,
maybe they didn't have any hot sauce, you know.
Okay.
You know, but the food wasn't bad.
Okay.
And we had a great. I probably enjoyed too much food while I was in there. So,
I'm a picky eater, so I'm devil's advocate. I'm a picky eater, but you got to solve problems. Coach Tank say all the time, people pay for problem solvers. So my problem solver was I got on my app and I ordered more DoorDash than I ever have in my life. So you either complain about it or you solve it. So I solved it. I ordered DoorDash.
Oh,
I like that.
That's good. So you were able to order from Door. See, they don't tell us the whole story. They just came over here talking about the food ain't good.
Well, they not problem solvers.
Okay, I like that.
Exactly.
Problem.
I like that. Here's a
Jimmy
good
got
question.
that. Jimmy got that in his bio on his Twitter. He a problem solver.
Yeah, I mean that's I like that. That's not everybody embraces being a problem solver for real. Now, AB3, yesterday you traveled down to Beaumont and took part in the introduction of your father as head coach of his alma mater, Lamar University, and just kind of reflect on that moment, what it felt like. We watched the press conference yesterday, Hannah and myself before the Chop Shop. We also played a couple of snips during yesterday's show. I want you to reflect back what that mean to you to see your dad. He's been a head coach before at University of Houston, but now at a place where it appears and it sounds like he really and truly wants to be. Now I'm gonna bundle that question with another question for you, AB3, and this is from one of the viewers on the Boom Boom Room, Mazik Buku. He says, "Will Lamar? Can Lamar? Is it possible for Lamar to be on the schedule either next season or the year after against Baylor? And if so, Coach Drew gonna definitely probably give you that scout."
First of all, I mean, basketball is a game of wins and losses, and you don't want to give your family losses, so that's not an option. That's not an option. So, no, we would not be playing Lamar unless it's in the NCAA tournament and we're forced to. So that's first. But second, man, I don't know, as a son, I don't know if you could be proud of your dad, but like I was extremely proud of him. Like the way he handled the questions, the press conference, I could be biased, but I thought he did a great job. I wasn't expecting less, but just to actually be there and visually see it, I was born in 1979 and he was a player at Lamar at the time. So I remember going there as a little baby and as a kid, I remember going there and like to be there and see him being named the head coach was just an unreal moment.
Wow. Jimbo?
Yeah. Now, we got, of course, if you just tuned into the Chop Shop, I want to ask you right now, share the show to your timelines, to your groups. We have, this is a historic moment, guys. And sometimes we take things for granted. These are assistant men's basketball at Baylor University. We have Jerome Tang, Alvin Brooks III as well, are both live with us. And understanding what they're doing. They are taking your questions live.
Yeah.
Not pre-scripted. Understand, you're not going to get this opportunity. I'm telling you, on no other show.
And Jimmy,
and so
you know what's crazy? When I first got to Baylor, I'm a research type of guy, and I did research on every 4-star, every 5-star kid from Texas. Whether they left the state or stayed in state, the success they had, whether they won a championship, whether they went to the NBA, if they transferred, did they transfer in state, did they transfer out of state? And I had the data, and I remember telling everybody that would listen to me, my goal is to be a part of the next national championship from Texas, because the only one was in 1966, and they made a movie about called Glory Road. And so my goal is to be a part of the next championship from Texas. And to be a part of that, it's only 2 teams ever in the state of Texas. Think about all the Division I's in Texas and all the great players that came from Texas, all the great coaches that came from Texas. A dude from the inner city of Houston is a part of that. Like, I'm forever grateful that God chose me to be a part of this. Like, I'm being for real. Like, I was born in 5th Ward, lived in South Park, lived in 3rd Ward, then went to Katy. And I'm a part of a national championship, and there's only been one other team in 1966.
Wow.
Anything is possible, man. God is good.
Is that what KD said? Anything is possible.
Now tell them what school you played at and where you graduated from high school. For those who may not know, and of course, Tank, we just tossed and acknowledged you, North Shore High School.
Yeah.
And I don't know where you played at.
Well, I originally went to the JY High. You know, North Shore try to steal it. So I went to Jack Yates my freshman and sophomore year, and then when my pops became the head coach of Houston, I transferred to Katy Taylor my junior and senior year.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, hey, that was a culture shock.
Whoa, was it?
Indeed. Now, Coach Tang, we have a question from Crystal, and it's a really good question. Say, how do schools help players who don't have the extra finances to avoid or stay out of trouble or just trying to survive? Or is that even an issue at Baylor?
What?
It's not really an issue at Baylor or even most of the Power 5 schools because we're allowed to give cost of attendance, and some of the guys qualify for a Pell Grant. And, our guys, Coach Brooks actually has a graph. It's a spreadsheet of everything that our guys get. And so a scholarship at Baylor is worth almost $70,000 a year.
I put it on the screen.
But with everything else that our guys get, we invest about $1.2 million a year in each of our players. When you consider charter flights, get 1.3. Okay, so charter flights, gear, extra meals, just all the different things. So our guys, they don't lack for anything. Okay, and because we monopolize their time, and we understand that if we're going to require so much of them time-wise, that the saying, time is money, we got to make sure that we take care of them so that we can they can really focus on the things they need to focus on.
I got a quick question too, just for you, Tank. Do y'all have Baylor golf balls around the Pro V1 Baylor with Baylor on it around there anywhere? If you do, just let me know.
I don't. The only time that I do anything with golf, right? Is if there's a charity thing for a children's home that I go to, it's a scramble match, right? And so I drive the cart and I let them hit and I go down to play.
Jimmy Hicks.
It gets on the green. It gets on the green and I can putt because I only play putt growing up. And so,
okay, I got you.
That's it for golf for me.
Okay. What else you got, Jimmy? You got another question?
Now you guys, the questions are just flooding both of the timelines. We're trying to we only got a few more minutes, guys. We only got about 4 minutes. We got to get ready to land the plane this baby Friday. We'll shoot more questions, a couple more questions to you. And one will go with
Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, ask the Michael. I want to answer Michael Jordan's question.
What'd he say?
Okay, which one?
Considering
Baylor is a
about-
Christian university, or potential recruits reconsidered if they're not from a Christian-based household. That is an alley-oop for you. Dunk it, Tank.
Yeah, that's a terrific question, and the answer is absolutely not. Our basketball program is inclusive. We've had kids who have been Muslim. We've had kids who are agnostic. We've had kids, who come from different walks of life and background. What we ask them to do is be respectful of what's important to us. And our guys have all been respectful. They listen, and we've seen life change. Because the scripture tells us that Jesus came to save those who are lost. That the healthy don't need a doctor; it's the sick, right? And so the medicine that we provide is something that heals the soul, And my goal is not to have guys come in that are Christian and act Christian. It's guys come in who are looking for a savior, looking for their lives to be changed and find purpose, and for me to build a bridge from my heart to theirs, and hopefully one day they'll ask Jesus to walk over. Okay, and that's the thing for us. So we bring everybody in, and we love them, right? And that's what this whole world can understand. Is if we can just love people where they're at, right? We can change the world. But when our leaders are into dividing people and pushing people away and separating, that's what the problem is. And a relationship with Jesus is never about separating people. It's always about bringing people together.
Boy, you said he was going to alley-oop that. Keep going. You said he was going to dunk that one in there.
Absolutely. That was tailor-made. And of course, that's AB3 right on cue. Your son, that's the oldest one, right?
He on mute.
No,
that's the youngest.
This is my youngest.
That's the youngest one, right? Now, I have.
Hello,
Hey,
Austin.
What up, man?
Hey, you know what? That was going to be. I had a question for you. Give us your best impression of a Gonzaga fan right now.
You want to say
your best say it again, Jimmy. I didn't hear it.
Give us your best impression of a Gonzaga fan right now.
I didn't see none of it.
Hello.
No, he said he was sad. You missed it.
He was sad.
So, but now, look here. Hold on.
What?
Boy, right on cue. Another question just came, Tang, and I'm gonna toss it to you since you wanted that first question. You got to take the other question from Devon. Devon said, since you just said that, how many souls have been saved by coming to be a part of the Baylor basketball team?
I don't know that we have a record of it. I do know that 1 year 5 guys got baptized before we went on the road to play a road game. And then last year, the Saturday before, we played on Saturday, so it was Friday night before we played Kansas at home. Mark Vital said, "Hey, I need to be baptized. I had a dream, and I know that I need to be baptized and give my life to the Lord." And he was baptized. So we've but not just players. We're talking about GAs who want to be coaches and managers and our coach. Hey, Reverend Brooks over there, that dude is special now. You should hear him. Like he started. Hey. So first of all, like he almost wouldn't come here because he heard that the assistants do the game day chapels. So he asked Coach Drew, does he have to do chapels as part of his? And Coach told him, no, you don't have to do it. Just whenever you're ready. Mm-hmm. And then after a year, God dealt with him, and he started. He'd do like some fireside chats, right? He'd be sitting down and had a care. And now my man be up, with wiping his forehead.
Hallelujah!
It's unbelievable, man. Yeah, he's awesome. Awesome.
That's a true story. I went to Bruce Weber and our AD John Curry at K-State at the time, and I was so afraid to do chapels that I told them that I was going to go to TCU. That I was not coming to Baylor. That's a true story. And then to actually have the game day chapel for the national championship game, I told our players I said, I went to not want to, I didn't want to come to Baylor because of Chapel, and now look at me. Unbelievable.
Wow. Leading the Chapel.
God,
hey,
man.
That's what they mean by ain't God good. That's what they mean by no, won't he do what they said? What they say? Won't he do it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Wow. Jimmy, what you got, man?
It's a great conversation, guys. And of course, right on cue, Melvin Dews down in Beaumont, he asked AB3, how do you, in your career, how do you handle players with mental issues adjust to college life?
We're actually blessed at Baylor to where we have Dr. Monique. She's our mental health coach, basically, and she helps us tremendously. She comes over and talks to our guys individually. Everything is confidential. I mean, she's a professional, so we're blessed to be able to have her. She's a extremely important piece to our program, and so she actually had a long talk with us about what to do leading into the bubble because we were not able to leave, and so I think she helped us a lot more than we know because she asked questions like, "Are y'all gonna be able to do this, do that?" And we was like, "No, we can't leave." And
wow.
And lastly, AB3, Be Ready is a movement that you helped found during the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. Explain what that is for a lot of the viewers out there, and is there anything that any of the viewers can help towards, I guess, supplementing that momentum of that movement?
Oh yeah, we're on Twitter and Instagram. It's a family of coaches from all different levels, and it's women and men. And so, I mean, it's a real family. Like it's unbelievable. I'd be honest. Like everyone is so supportive of one another, and so like we were able to. We sell shirts. We sell Be Ready shirts, and the most of the proceeds from the shirts go to supporting autism. And so we were able to give a $500 check to this No Limitations. They actually have sports for kids with autism and other disabilities also. And so we were able to give them a $500 check to help fund, different teams. They have basketball, soccer, kickball, like they have different stuff. And so to be able to do that, man, it was just amazing. And so I actually need to contact some people because they ordered some shirts, and obviously I've been in a bubble for 3 weeks, so I probably need to send them an extra shirt or something.
Yeah, I just want to thank you two guys, man. You two guys just won a national championship. Y'all could be anywhere in the world doing an interview with anybody, and y'all chose to take out the time of y'all day and come and share with the Chop Shop. No other show in the whole planet have y'all right now but us. And I don't take that for granted. Tang, you just said about people taking stuff for granted. I don't take that for granted. So thank you, gentlemen. We have one of the coaches, Coach AB. He's still on the show, but he's going back and forth as he's on the show, taking his sons to their therapy, man. This is unbelievable platform, man, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't want to keep y'all no longer. Jimmy, you can close the show out. Let's get these guys so they can go enjoy the rest of their day.
Hey, AB3, I'm gonna let you toss it on out like this. I'm gonna give it to you just like this. I know back in the day before COVID, I know Kim Mulkey had popularized an annual spring occasion because Baylor women's basketball won so much, so she felt some kind of way after her seasons. But she would annually host a crawfish boil. So now my question to you is, if you had to if you was a betting man and 3 people rolled up to the table at a crawfish boil, who would consume the most? Kim Mulkey, Jerome Tang, or your father, Alvin Brooks?
Man, that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough question. I don't know if I can. I don't know. We may need to just see it happen and see what happens.
Tank got it like that. Tank, I ain't never. Jimmy, Tank, you and I, I got to see this. I got to see this.
We're going to Crawfish in Crosby.
I got a better place, Tank. Tank, I got a better place. I tell y'all.
You don't know this, brother. You ain't been there yet.
I have been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I got people in Crosby now. PJ Haggerty. I'm sorry.
Hey, when people like you, like this is what people do. They call me and they say, "Hey, man, I got the next Tweety Carter. I got the next Jared Butler." That's when you talking about. I got a better crawfish spot than the crawfish shack in Crosby.
I got one, Tank. I got one.
Come on.
I got one. I got one, baby. I got one. I'm telling you. We'll see.
All right.
Hey, and you know, speaking of course, now, Tank, you didn't. I'm gonna let you answer that question. Who can go the hardest? You, Kim Mulkey, or Alvin Brooks Jr. As far as who can eat the most pounds?
I got so much respect for those two people, and so I'm gonna say one of them gonna be the champion because I'm gonna have just give honor to whom honors due. But just know that I feel like I can hold my own with anybody, and I'm looking forward to trying.
Hey man, definitely. I can hardly wait to see one day to see that infusion, see those three at the table at the same time. It'll be going down. I know for sure. Hey, give y'all a little food for thought. One year in the Final Four, about 5-6 years ago, in New Orleans, me and Heather went down in the French Quarter to the little spot down there and shut the whole bar down. We had, and that was right before they came out with the cell phone cameras. Right before, because if so, the videos you can take pictures but not video. We would have went viral.
Oh yeah.
Me and Heather shut it down.
Yeah, it was
shut it down.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Everybody would come up there and say, "They still ordering?" Yeah, we had nothing else to do.
And hey, the reason I say that because guess where the Final Four is next year?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yes.
And guess what, Tang? You might have missed it earlier in the week. On Tuesday, we announced that we are planning a Chop Shop crawfish boil in New Orleans. We are planning a Chop Shop golf scramble. Each team will have one coach on it. And of course, it would be prohibited from anybody that have a recruitable student athlete cannot be on any of these teams because of NCAA rules. So I'm letting you know we're going to cover all bases with it. But each team will have a college coach and or an administrator on there. That way, some networking can be at its finest. And that's next year. We're planning that.
Hopefully we plan. So we'll just see. Hopefully we.
Yeah. We'll just bring y'all in virtually, cause y'all be in y'all hotel.
That sounds great.
Wow.
Hey fellas, I want y'all to know that in the locker room after we cut down this thing, went in the locker room with the team. And I after we did a little celebrate, I turned to AB and I said, I cannot wait to go on the Chop Shop in the locker room on the celebration. And Al will tell you I couldn't wait to get out because I really appreciate what y'all do for the city of Houston, for high school basketball in general, for sports. This is a joy to be on. I've seen this thing grow. I've seen each of you grow in different areas. We've seen each other along some highs and some lows, and and I appreciate the support. I want you to know that, and all of Houston and all the kids in high school, their parents, all of them should be thankful for what y'all do for young men and women. So thank you.
Well, man,
appreciate it.
Thanks so much to both of you guys, of course, and of course the young fella right there, and he's it's time. He ready to eat. He ready to eat. Might be a crawfish eater in the making. Go get some practice in with him. In other words, I want to give you guys a thank. Of course, a lot of time. Next time we talk more and share some recruiting thoughts and I guess teach people about how this pandemic will affect recruiting coming in the near future. A lot of people are really being misled. We're going to talk about more next time about the transfer portal in depth and what that means as far as people get in there and where and what you can expect to see the numbers increase or decrease in the future, and a lot more. But right now, we want to applaud Baylor Bears, the Baylor men's basketball team, 2020-21 season. They are national champions, and guess what? It ain't nothing you can do.
That's right. Ain't nothing you can do about it. We out.
Hey, man, thanks so much. Jerome Tang, AB3, Alvin Brooks III. Guess what? I'm just wondering, boy, I'm hoping both of y'all going to be there, because somebody may be looking around in a job that just opened up or two. You guys may be interviewing, and so one of you guys might be gone before next season. Right. So that's what I'm hoping and wondering. We're going to stay tuned, hopefully, but at the same time, as one of the viewers mentioned earlier, asked a question about UT basketball staff, and I told him, I wrote in the VIP News on RCS Sports the other day, I wrote that, yes, that staff is considered by many to be the equivalent of a rendition or a variation of the Brooklyn Nets. But guess what? That Baylor Bears assistant coach staff, that quadrant, they are the Los Angeles Lakers right now.
Yeah.
They are world. So that's what's going on. They can be the Brooklyn Nets. They ain't want nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. That's a great point. I didn't like him using my nets.
What on, Hannah?
No, I said I didn't like you using my nets, but that's a great analogy. But awesome analogy.
And so it is the time, of course, and that time is slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing for this Baby Friday. Rendition of the Chop Shop. Remember, it's Baby Friday for us. It's just Thursday for y'all. Don't hate, as Tang say. Work on your spirit. Work on yourself. Don't hate us. Hey, it's time to go twist up something. I'm gonna go put something in my cup. I'm gonna trade in my coffee cup for a Crown cup in just a minute. I gotta celebrate. Y'all want me to celebrate? Guess what?
Yeah.
I even went and got a crown with a green sack. I ain't got the purple. I got a purple sack. I'm gonna put the green and gold sack. You guys know what flavor I'm talking about. Come get the rest of it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up a bottle of this Intercept by Charles Woodson, the red blend, just for y'all, and have me a sip just for y'all. And I'm gonna open it up and send both of y'all the video. I can't wait. I don't even drink it, but I'm gonna do it for the Baylor Bears, because they are national champions. We had a national champion on our show today. Jimmy,
you gonna have Tang drinking that stuff. You're gonna be drunker than Cooter Brown on that thing. Both of y'all gonna sit there passed out in the middle of the day. Anyway, we up out here, guys. We'll see you guys on Monday. Peace. Y'all be cool. Chop chop.
We out.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.